Okay. We've started up, gotta test the volume as normal, because the volume settings are always a pain in the ass. Gotta make sure everything works well. Okay, seems the volume is working. So welcome back to Expedition 33, Clear Obscure Expedition 33, Game of the Year winner for 2025, which has deeply upset a lot of people apparently, which is kind of interesting. But we can talk about that as we move forward into playing today. But last time was quite the thing, where we lost our good friend Gustav. And now we've picked up this new guy whose name I forget. I think it's Varso or something right now. I forget right now. But anyway, let us hop into the game. Hopefully the settings sound good. They sound good to me, but I'm not too sure. It's been a few days since we last played, and yeah, we're this new dude, whoever the heck you are. I'm sure we'll learn more about him. But like I said, I wasn't going to do anything with this game until this stream, so I haven't learned anything. Hello, Dream. Nice to see you. Content warning: strong violence and language and dark themes. Yes, always. I still don't like you. Something about you is creepy to me. Alright, what are these two doing? Alright, they're just staring off into the distance. Please notice to turn on all message and chat settings to see everyone. Actually, Bick fixed her name. I learned that the reason that her name, or that she wasn't appearing in like chats and stuff, is because she had a name, like it was Hey Bick, and YouTube thought that it was a reference to Hey Bitch. So she changed it. Now it's Hey It's Bick. So she should be good to be seen in like top chats and stuff.
Expedition Zero left 67 years ago, which would make you...
About 100. Yeah.
Damn.
Tell me about the fracture.
I'm not going to get much sleep tonight, am I?
Mm-hmm.
What? You're wrong about not liking them, and that's okay. Also, happy belated birthday. Thank you very much. Yes, yesterday was my birthday. Hello, Bick. And we can see you in regular chat. I haven't had to change it yet. I wanted to test it out just in case, but seems like I was correct in the names being an issue. Still don't like him.
Mon ami. Oh, you've put on a lot of weight.
Wait, he knows him?
I could say the same for you, you giant marshmallow. Bet you lost your stones again.
Oh, you know me. But now you're here. We can go find them.
Yeah, buddy. We'll find them. Tell me, did you tell them about... you know what?
Oh, Maman's the word. I promised.
Great. I'm counting on you.
See?
Always, mon ami.
SK's holding secrets. Do you want to spend time with SK? Not really. What does that mean? I love it whenever I appear, y'all are talking about me. I live rent-free. What can I say? Well, Dream was just bringing up the whole needing to switch chat things, and I was saying that might not be necessary anymore. All right, let's see what this does.
Verso, mon ami.
Esquier, mon ami.
I'm still salty over YouTube being silly over my name. Bick is not close to bitch. I don't know.
I feel like
I
haven't
couldn't
seen
tell
you
you.
in years.
3 years, 67 days, and roughly 10 hours.
That's creepy. It's creepy you know the exact time.
10 hours and 7 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, you've been counting too.
Roughly.
What are they, lovers? What have you been up to?
What have you been up to?
Oh, I have been perfecting the art of napping.
Impressive. You must teach me his secrets.
Mon ami,
The art of napping.
I wish, but napping cannot be taught. It can only be experienced. We must nap together.
No. No.
Sure.
No.
That sounds nice.
No, no.
Yes, yes, yes.
No, no, no.
So how did these expeditioners convince you to leave your cave?
They're all so nice. Well, the super nice one died, but the others are cool too. You can make some friends too. It's been a long time since you made new human friends.
You know what I think about friendships with expeditioners? I don't need more friends. I have you. No, fuck that.
You know what I think about friendships with expeditioners.
Losing a rock is better than never having a rock. Ask me how I know.
Debatable.
I hope we won't lose them, like the others.
So, you lost your stones again. How did you lose them this time?
Yeah, I lost them on our trip back from the Chestrel River, right after you left.
So it's Varshov's fault. Don't worry, I'll help get them back. I've brought back your stones 10 times. 10 times now. Are you losing them on purpose?
I've brought your stones back 10 times now. Are you losing them on purpose?
I lose them so we can go on more adventures.
God damn it.
That's a good reason. To adventure, then.
I don't like this big fuck. What? Relationship levels? What is this? I'm not trying to romance SKA.
To adventure.
I'm a little rough today, but also having dinner in 30 minutes. What are you having? Food is the healing of the heart. Or something like that. Okay. I still haven't even looked into any builds, because I didn't want to, like, get anything, like, all messed up. But I think it's time to move forward in this. There's, like, a 2-letter difference. That's true. Very few differences between your name and the word bitch. So are rocks like a motif in this game? Like, SKA's got rocks, and she throws rocks, and Gustav threw rocks.
I'm really sorry I didn't arrive sooner. He was your brother?
Something like that.
Losing family is difficult.
I know. I know what you're going to say. You want to offer your condolences. You want to say something comforting. But I don't need it. I've had enough condolences. I've lost so many families now. I just need... Can you please go?
Mm. Does he have Gustav's journal? He does. Sick. I love how you assume it's romancing. This is Flambe X Zodiac all over again. No, no, no. I came around on Flambe because there was true tragedy with that character. There will be no coming around to this character. Swim. So are we still on the main island? Like, where are we? Oh, damn. We're all the way up here. Can we go back here and check stuff out? Anything that we potentially missed? Because I feel like there was some stuff we missed. So to go that
Head
way
for
is
the monolith, through the quarry to the north.
okay. So if we go back this way.
Time for a swim.
We can pick stuff up. Trade. What happens after a friend dies? You get new hair. Should we check Varsho's stats? Like, does he come in with stats pre-used already? He uses daggers? Agility and luck. Vitality and luck. Defense and luck. Vitality and defense. Vitality. You're having Sunday dinner? Well, like, what specifically are you having? We'll roll with this for now. I'm curious to see what his abilities are. There's a little thingy here. Where's this lead? Oh, the place where we just lost our MC. I am... Whoa, he swims so fast. Holy shit. Okay, so there was somebody who had stuff for a expeditioner. Okay, so there's still somebody else on our team that we can find? That's crazy. I do want to quickly check out the, what are these things called again? The gestrals? You can't remember what you're having? Well, I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. So what... So, for someone who does actually know, because I have no idea, what do the, gotta train hard and get back at my old physique, then I can go fight. Old physique to fight? Yeah, see, in my last life I was all muscle, but now I'm only 11.5 hours old and have to build myself up all over again so I can prove myself in the arena. What is he talking about? I feel like if anybody knows, it's Varsho, right? Like, he should know what the hell he's talking about. Anyway, gotta go find a trader to trade stuff with so we can see if there's anything we've missed before going too far. Alright, that's the guy who's all like, get away from my junk. Anyway, what is the purpose of these relationship levels? I feel like healing mark. Recover 25% health on hitting a marked enemy once per turn. That doesn't sound too bad. But I want to check other people first. See if they have anything worthwhile. I don't remember. Oh, there's one. I think this is the only other guy here. Don't we already have this? Oh, this is 4 of our show. Alright, well, I'm not putting that on because I think that outfit looks terrible. Anyway, I think that's everything we can shop for here, so we're probably just going to have to head out. There are other shopkeepers around. I should check out his stats, though, quickly. And check what weapon I have. It's his weapon. But is that a good one? I have no actual clue, but if I gotta guess, it's something like synergy. Maybe the better relationship you have with someone, you'll work better together with them in combat. Oh. I'll definitely have to look into it then, because I think that would be important to figure out. Damn, his base attack just does a ton of damage already. Okay. What can we do with our friend here? 66 points. Execute order 66. More health. Never hurt anybody. A little bit of might for that attack power. I noticed a lot of the weapons that he has work off, like... Hang on. What's the majority of the weapons he uses? So how were celebrations? Did you have fun? We... Mostly, because I'm a lore drop, I guess. I'm a twin. I don't know if I've said that before. Mostly what we did was go grab food. Hang on. They're all over the place. We can just use a fucking red thing if we have to. We grabbed food from a good place that I like a lot, and then we watched Avatar. Like the blue people, like the Way of Water. It was pretty good. Although... a part of me is curious what that movie was even supposed to be about. Because there's no, like, real conclusion to it, if that makes sense. Let's put some in defense. I have said that before? Okay. Well, that's good. At least it didn't just randomly drop something like that out of nowhere. But he wanted to have all of us watch Avatar: Way of Water. So we went to a restaurant that I picked, and then we watched Avatar, and it was good. I'm looking forward to the sequel, but fire rage deals increasingly high fire damage to all enemies until Lune receives damage. That sounds pretty good. So get rid of wildfire. I feel like wildfire is just a detriment. Oh my fuck, he has so many abilities to unlock. The blue people? Yes. Because they're avatars, the blue people. I actually had to rewatch the first one. Because I was like, it's been so long since I've seen the first one. I kind of have to watch it again to figure out what the hell's going on. Curious about the restaurant? Well, it's a Chinese restaurant. I never really got never really got Avatar. To me, all of them are kind of pointless. None of them have actual conclusions. Well, the first one kind of did, where they like, you know, they pushed the villains out, and then they had the land of Pandora. But now the villains are back, and it's like, overload. Deals low physical single target damage, and gives 1 to 3 AP back 3 hits. Okay, sounds pretty good. I'm going to have to learn a whole new character again. Powerful's good. We should grab that again. You know, what was this? Nah. Deals medium single slash damage. Light damage can break. I kind of want that. I gotta sneeze. Holy. It's not coming. That's the worst sensation in the world. Where you have to sneeze and it just doesn't come. Alright. I wonder if the last movie will feel conclusive. I mean, this movie didn't feel conclusive because now they know they're going in a different direction with the franchise. They know they're going to be having sequels and stuff like that. But the first one had a conclusion because at the time it was going to be like a one and done. But then, now I don't know if that's specifically true, if it was always going to be a one and done or what, but it was a one and done because it was 2009 and the next one came out in like 2022. So there was like, what, a 15-year time difference between them. So it was kind of like a big thing. Like a big, you know, at the time, it wasn't sure if it was going to have sequels and stuff. And it didn't have sequels. But what I personally like about the second one was the visuals. Like, the visuals looked insane to me. I hope they don't keep going until they decide Pandora from Avatar is Pandora from Borderlands. The only thing worse than inconclusive Avatar is inconclusive sneezing. It is. It's fucking terrible. Alright, I think that's all we have to worry about for now. I don't necessarily think there's any other traders around. S-Gate. Go over it. If we leave this region, are we like screwed to not come back? Like, that's the vibe I got from the game. That like, if we go, we won't be coming back. Alright, new guy. Varsho gains perfection every time he deals damage or manages to parry or dodge. A higher perfection rank increases his damage. Some skills have additional effects and specific perfection ranks. Taking any damage removes 1 perfection rank. Ooh. Very nice. He's dead. I have a B. Where does it say my rank? Okay, it's down there. Paradigm shift. Marking shot.
A storm
That
is
guy's
coming.
dead. The visuals for the whole franchise are amazing. However, the only movie with actual meaning was the first one. That movie was a whole ass event. Otherwise, they're unnecessary in your opinion. So, I agree to a certain extent. I think that these... Where... Can I not mount SK? There we go. Because he can swim, yo. There's got to be hidden areas that we can access back here. Nope. Don't like your sounds, dude. I don't like him. I will never like him. So, again, I agree that like the second movie doesn't have like as much of like a meaning to it as the first one. It's more to set up sequels and stuff like that. There is still like a meaning and a story there, and I enjoyed it. I shouldn't say I didn't enjoy it because I enjoy it. It was a lot of fun, in my opinion. What is that? But overall, the first one definitely has how the little leggy swimming, the little vroom and zooms. Come on, I just can't. There's something about it. I just don't like SK. Oh my god. Go through the forgotten battlefield to continue to the monolith. What is this? What is going on?
The fastest swimmer?
Okay.
Go.
No, how do people like this character? He's creeping me the fuck out everywhere he goes. Oh, hi.
Ben, 64, Epsilon. We radioed our first report to Gamma. The line is good. Alpha will be out of radio range for a few days as they investigate down coast. They spotted an interesting island which could make a good relay point for the southern half of the continent. But Gamma hasn't heard from Beta in 2 weeks. Marceau should reach her in another day. I hope Kalina's okay. But it seems someone is using our radios against us. How do they even know our codes? Nobody's used them since the fracture. Sean fears we've been betrayed, but I refuse to believe that.
I am admittedly an Avatar hater. Damn crazy. I see value in the first one, especially for the whole movie industry, but the other ones felt like Disney making remakes to capitalize on nostalgia like they've been. So I like the second one's, or at least I like what they were trying to do with the story for the second one. I think they succeeded because it was mostly about like forcing the characters to realize that conflict is sort of necessary. Like he was, Jake Sully is the main character's name. He was trying to just avoid conflict at this point because he was like, I've been doing this shit for years. I don't want to risk my kids and my family. Like his need to protect his family out-needed his growth to like continue fighting in war. That was his whole thing, which I liked. I thought that was a nice little like twist on a character like him because usually a character like him would be like, nah, I'm fucking fighting. But he's like the opposite, which I liked. I thought that was an interesting difference between him and a lot of other characters. But then you have someone who's hell-bent on getting revenge on him, and you kind of have that like, oh, I'm forced into conflict now. I'm forced into doing this. Oh, they're all standing. I don't like seeing that off from distance. What the fuck are they? Wait a minute, is that not where Lumiere is, like the city? I thought the Eiffel Tower was the city. Is the Eiffel Tower the city? It looks like it. So, while I agree to a certain extent, Disney is trying to capitalize on a property they acquired when they bought Fox, I still think there's some use to it. I think it was pretty good.
No.
Just no? Oh, he can't go underwater yet. Okay. You see, I don't like that you're hiding things from me. Gimme, 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 gimme. Suckers.
Stuff.
Why aren't they attacking? You know what? I'm just not gonna worry about it. Well, since I know James wanted to make 5 movies, I have a different opinion on why they keep going. That's true. He did want to make those, and you're going to be back in a bit. You're going to go grab some dinner. Well, hope whatever you have is good, and hopefully you can remember what it is so you can tell us what it was. See you in a bit, Dream. But yeah, I see your point, Vic. I definitely understand what you're saying. Like, they feel like cash grabs because at certain times they can. But they put so much money into those movies that it's almost hard to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like they put a lot of money into that movie, and you can see it. It's evident, and it's a fantastic movie. I don't know. I'm curious as to where the sequel is gonna go, because like they're trying to explore like the other elements. It's really just starting to seem like Avatar: The Last Airbender, where they got to go collect the 5 elements. Stone Wave Cliffs Cave. Whoa. There's just so much to explore in this game, isn't there? I know, this is what I'm petty about. I mean, fair, I guess. You've got Monks and Josh Allen. I'm not petty about Josh Allen. I'm jealous. There's a difference. As most people should be. He's dating Haley Steinfeld. What a bastard. You could get lost collecting shit in this game. Like, I get the feeling that this is bad.
Wow.
And my monk hate is justified. My Allen hate, maybe not, but my monk hate is definitely justified. You gonna fight? Yeah.
Interesting.
Constantine, theoretically of the 54th. We're born into a social contract, the terms of which are preset. We can neither negotiate nor decline. Our very first breath, that first wail as an infant, was deemed our consent. Before we can speak, before we even understand what it is that we're born into, we're bound. Lumiere operates a certain way. It favours a certain group and a certain outcome. And if you question the council, well, the council's going to question you. Push too hard to change things, and you just might end up on the next expedition. So, nothing ever changes. They just send us out to die, dissent us, and the status quo continues. At least out here, I don't have to pretend anymore. I don't bear the others any ill will. They have good intentions. But I'm not here for the painters. I'm here to build a new Lumiere.
So, the council, what the fuck is up with that? That's something I've never really questioned before, but there is a council, right? And they pick who goes out on expeditions. By the way, you saw they're having a baby. Yes. And hey, good for them. You know, good for them. It's, you know, her choice, I guess. Anyway, I'm just gonna have to fight you, aren't I? You're kind of mean looking. No, let me attack, damn it.
You're so dodge.
Oh, shit.
Ready to strike.
Now you're marked, motherfucker. I'm just going to throw a healing tint. What were these guys weak to?
Thunder!
You can do it.
Oh shit, I forgot to heal her.
On fire.
Not impressed.
Okay, that was his whole turn. Crazy.
Let the ink flow.
Let's see if we can hit this. He resist fire.
Just try it.
Damn. We all died instantly. Yes, saw they were having a baby. If I didn't answer that before, I thought I did. Do I have to pick up those things again? We do. Shit. Hopefully this time we can go first.
Constantine.
There we go. I understand your jealousy, however, I kind of see what she sees in him. Anyway, I've got to go. I'm having... Oh shit, he gets to attack first? I gotta go. I'm still having events because, you know, maybe see you later. Have fun with the expedition, with Expedition 53. Yeah, have fun. And I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I don't see what she sees in him. Alright. Time for us to fuck up this stupid thing. I kind of like this big move. Resist fire, but
Spill some ink.
maybe it does something good for us. It doesn't look like it put him on fire at all.
A precise strike.
That was a good hit.
Careful, Verso.
Cut him down.
Damn. Hit 5 times with low physical damage. Absolute zero. Might as well hit him a bunch.
Here we go.
Get rid of all the shit.
Fire!
Not impressed.
I'm ready.
Hits 3 times. She can only hit 3 times. That's right.
Finesse and precision.
Let's carve a path.
I do not like this. He's got way too much in the way of defense here. Hit 5 times. So I can shoot him a couple. One. And hit 5 more times. To get rid of his shit.
Fury of fire!
Bring it on.
Rage. Rage is a status effect that makes the character play twice in a row. Oh shit.
Just try it.
And he powered up. You bastard.
Outmatched.
Fury of fire.
Oh my god. He hit like 4 times in a row. He's still marked.
Just try it.
Oh, it's so rough. He just has so much fucking defense. I forgot that she's
Danger.
doing that shit. Okay, this guy might be out of our reach for now. So I might have to just run up and grab the things and get the fuck out. To play it safe. Anyway, I was talking earlier about how some people are pissed off about the Game Awards for this game, which is funny to me to say the least, because people would defend other games, I guess is the way that I would put it, right? People were what exactly? Like, so people are upset that it won so many awards, which is crazy, because if a game fits into a category, it should win that award if it's good enough to win the award. That's my thought process. But a bunch of people are like upset that, you know, they didn't equally distribute the awards out, which I'm not gonna lie is just hella stupid sounding to me. If you're the best thing at, you know, whatever you're doing, like if you're the best at it and you do a competition, they shouldn't reward people because you dominated so badly. Right? Like, if you whooped everyone else's ass, you shouldn't be given, like, less trophies for it. If you win a sports competition, you get the trophy. And if you are in multiple sports competitions, you get multiple trophies. It's just sort of that simple. So, why are there people upset about him or them, the winners of all of the Expedition 33 awards and shit like that? Why people are upset over that is beyond me. What is this guy saying this time? Welcome to the Gestural Beach Rafting Volley Club. Let's beach raft volley. Which Sakapate do you want to try? The weakest one. I see you're not exactly brave. Well, what the fuck does this even mean? Throw back. Ooh. What's the timing on this? Because I'm getting wrecked right now. What is the timing on this? Okay. I've suddenly found a new game within the game. So anyway, like I was saying, if this is the best game, it should win for being the best game. So when people are all upset about it and being like, oh, it shouldn't have won all those awards, it kind of confuses me, because it's like, but it won the award. It should win the award. That's my thought process anyway. What is the timing on this? I just got wrecked. I will beat you. Okay, crazy. Phew. We pulled it off. You deserve this reward. Chroma, cool. Let's volley. What's the normal one like? If that was the hard one, the normal one's gonna kick my ass. So I think these little things on the boards here are where they land. So I should like stand there and try to avoid those. Damn it. Shit. No! I was kicking his ass. The flaming ones, they deal double damage by the looks of shit. But yeah, like I said, I just find this to be very confusing how people are so upset that a video game that's obviously the best game out of the year won all the awards. And now people are going like, oh, well, they had like millionaire producers and like stuff like that, right? I'm like, people are complaining like specifically the indie game of the year is the one that I've seen a lot of people get really upset about, right? And they're complaining because I think indie debut game of the year, I know Dispatch was in that list, which if this wasn't here, I would put that there. That being said, right, like a bunch of people are complaining like, oh, this game had, you know, former developers from Ubisoft and all that sort of stuff. And my only counter to that is stuff like Ad Hoc is like mostly made up of former Tall Tale employees. So it's a little weird to be like, oh, this is deeply upsetting that this thing lost. And then they complain about something, but one of the other games in that category also had a similar situation with it. Oh my god, I'm getting destroyed because the... This one's camera's fucking... This is a different camera. Alright, we're gonna leave this one. That's probably something I can do offline. We've gotten most of them. I'll just have to remember where exactly that is. But yeah, it just frustrates me when the internet... Basically, when the internet doesn't get their way, it frustrates me how much they complain about it, I guess, is the way that I kind of want to put it. Because... And the same thing would have happened if something like Elden Ring. If Elden Ring didn't win Game of the Year back in, I think it was 2023.
Interesting.
It was either 2022 or 2023. I think it was 2022 because 2023 was Baldur's Gate, which rightfully deserved every award it won. But I don't even think that Elden Ring was the Game of the Year that year. And it still won Game of the Year, which deeply frustrates me. But I'm not sitting over here fucking bitching and complaining about, like, you know, all the awards that I won and this and that, right? Like, Painting Workshop, danger? Let's not. With every little location that I find, this map is getting bigger. That, by definition, makes sense, I guess. What's over here? I want to check this stuff out. Today's just going to be an expedition day, I suppose. Sort of figuring out stuff. Alright, let's mount this weirdo. I hate that I have to say mount him. You know what I'm saying? I hate that. I hate that I have to say that. Ew. You're creepy looking. Was that a Cars reference? Did he just make a Cars reference? Don't make me like you. Because that's an insanely funny reference. I am Speed. Blades Graveyard. You're stealing from Kingdom Hearts now. The Keyblade Graveyard.
Useful.
Exit. Although that being said, it is kind of upsetting that. Yeah, do I get why people are saying this shouldn't have been considered indie game of the year? Yes, because it did have like AA money. It did have a lot of former AAA employees. Like, so to a degree, I understand where they're coming from when they complain about the game. But it is a new... Like, I don't think a AAA... Because, first of all, what's the definition of indie? To me, the definition of indie isn't AAA. So as long as it's not AAA, it's indie. In my opinion.
Let us get wet.
And then on top of that, they didn't have AAA money, so you shouldn't really be able to complain about that. They did have way more money than like what an indie game would have, except maybe Silksong. I think Silksong had a lot of money pumped into it because Hollow Knight did so much. Like Hollow Knight earned so much money that they were able to put that much money back into Silksong. So, oh my god, is this the door? This is the door I keep seeing in some of the locations. I'm like, where the fuck is that door? The manor. Wait a minute, is this that fucking creepy ass place with the dude where we found the dude and where we found Mayel? There's a parkour section. Eek. For an RPG, there's certainly a lot of parkour.
Interesting.
So is there places like this all over the fucking game? There's just so much shit in this game. Like, holy. Yeah, I knew it. Look at that. That's badass. Does that mean we come out at the fucking... Hello, Knack. Nice to see that you're here. You can see Bick. Yeah, she changed her name. Because, so, it was YouTube thinking that she was saying, hey, bitch. I'm not even kidding. Like, her name was Hey Bick. So, YouTube thought it was Hey Bitch for some reason. Which is, I think, admittedly really dumb. We can all agree to that.
Let us get wet.
But how are you? What time is it for you? Because we were talking about that earlier. Like, either the other day or today, but I forget exactly when it was. The white tree. What did you miss? Honestly, not much. We're just sort of exploring right now. Because this is going to be a shorter stream. I think I'm only going to go to about 2, maybe 2:30. What time is it now? Yeah, it's only about 1.
Isabel of
It's
36.
18:51. Well, that does not help me, bro.
Winter souls drift through the night and land soft upon the moonlit vale, whose snowy shrouds hold tight the hope I'd whispered once, long ago. Golden folds adorn the stems, a maze our eyes back to follow, a meditation of winding curves. Deep they flow to center, where lie the edges of another verse, another maze of golden stems and shadows. A sea of pebbles shifting, a wave, a wave, a wave of rock and sand. As sand falls upon our heads, and our heads sink beneath the waves. Along the darkened shores we sink, a pebble in the sea. The rising wind rolls through fragrant stalks of feathergrass. Their delicate aroma, a balm, their gentle susurrus, a lullaby for my aching heart.
So, out of all the expedition notes that we found so far, this one is worthless. Everyone else is like, oh, there's this thing that's happened and we have to figure it out. It could be a problem for you, blah, blah, blah. That one's like a poem. Almost 7 p.m. Okay. I was actually doing the math in my head. What would that be? Basically just had to add 6 to 12 to figure it out. But just came back from a D&D game. Are you like what kind of game? Like, is it just a homebrew one? Is it a module? Like, what is it? No, I'm curious.
Perfect.
Are you one of the fucking lost boys? What, me? I'm not lost at all. Sastro is waiting for you. What, Sastro needs me back? Okay, I'm getting bored over here anyway. Storm King's Thunder. We are level 9. I've never played Storm King's Thunder. But I've heard it's cool. It's all about giants and stuff, right? Which is one of my favorite enemy types in D&D, so that's just an ultimate win right there. Badass. Doesn't that one also have like a fairly unique like class in it that I don't think most people use in their games? Like, I feel like it's either that one or the Sword Coast Adventures Guide.
Let us get wet.
But for some reason, I just remember not a lot of people using it. This is the one that gives us the regular shit, right? What class are you playing in that game?
And go!
Interesting.
He just said wet when we got into the water. Yeah, it's awesome. A lot of free choice, and you can visit the cool places on the Sword Coast. I'm a big fan of a lot of the modules. I know a lot of people say like, oh, they're bad or whatever. A lot of people just say that because they don't realize that, like, it's not that they don't realize this, but they want to have that freedom of choice 24/7. And a lot of times when you're playing a module, you kind of have to accept the fact that, like, there's going to be times where you have to make a decision to sort of push the story forward in a way that you probably wouldn't like.
Let us get wet.
I don't know. I like most of the modules that Wizards made. You're a tiefling rogue? Nice. The fuck is that? Okay, but at least there's like nowhere else to go there.
Time for swim, and go!
I assume at some point, like, SKA can fly and take us upstairs, or up here. Because as of right now, there's no chance we get up there.
Time for swim.
I want whatever this is.
Good stuff.
On healing an ally, also receive 2 AP. That sounds pretty good. So we just had all the ones that were equipped to, what's his face? I as well like a lot of the modules I have DM'd. Waterdeep Dragon Heist, Dragons of Ice Spire Peak, and both have been awesome campaigns and a ton of fun. As of right now, my brother DM'd the what the hell is that game called? My brother DM'd. Why am I spacing so bad? I think we can get rid of that one for like one of these. My brother DM'd Dragon Heist, which was fun. I have DM'd a portion of Tyranny of Dragons. That game had to end, unfortunately, for various reasons. And then, oh my god, that's so much health. equip that. Perfect. I DM'd. Which one is it? It's the new starter set for the 5e stuff. What the fuck was that game called? I'm spacing out so bad now. Stormwreck Isles. Yes, thank you very much. That was a fun one to play as well. Oh. There we go. You played it as a player. I played my BG3 character in that one. I played my BG3 character in this one. Yeah, the Stormwreck Isle was a lot of fun, actually. I enjoyed it. I know there's a lot of people who don't enjoy it for some reason, which I think is just kind of silly. Because it is a lot of fun once you... There's a point in the game where you get to like pick exactly like which route you want to do. You can go up to like the Compass Rose, or you can go into like the Seafoam Caves. It gives your players like more choice than you would think to be able to like pick where they would want to go, which I think is pretty cool and pretty fun. And then Tyranny of Dragons, we had to stop that game just from scheduling issues and stuff like that. And there was also some heat forming between players. There's just people weren't compatible. So unfortunately that game had to end, which sucked because I was like, oh, we can like try to have like a way to wrap the game up. I can like, I can find a way to like end the game so we can have like closure to it, and just no one answered that text. I was like, okay, cool, great. I guess that game's dead. So that was fun. That game died a pitiful death, which happens sometimes for a D&D campaign. Like sometimes you think something's gonna happen and then it doesn't. Have you been playing with the same group for a long time, Knack? What the fuck is that?
You'll get used to them. We're going to see a lot more.
If we hurry, we can cross before nightfall.
Wait. Could we bury Gustav?
I wish we could, but protocol is to keep moving. Gustav would understand.
We can look for a suitable place along the way, yeah? We'll find a nice spot.
Actually, there is a place. Past the quarry, out of sight of the painters. A tranquil haven, protected by magnificent trees. I think you'll approve.
Lead the way.
Protocols can suck it. Suck it. Oh, fuck me. Look at that guy.
Let me show you something.
So is this supposed to be the implication like the first time you play as him? I sort of fucked that up by doing a few things. Sometimes enemies can have a gradient attacks. Gradient attacks are powerful and can only be defended with a gradient counter. Interesting. So the game IDM started in August of 2020 and still going. We want to reach level 20 and we're level 16. How? I feel like my games end up hitting level 20 pretty quick. Press RT to perform a gradient counter. There's another fucking counter type. This is insanity.
Blades. On me.
Bam. Died.
Any other tricks we should know?
One thing at a time.
Yet another new type of counter. The Storm King's Thunder campaign is in the... it's a third year, but one player left a few sessions ago and a new player came and joined in a while later. We use XP system. See, that's... a part of me likes XP more than Milestone, but Milestone A speeds up the level progression a little bit, because sometimes you can be stuck with like super long like stretches of not leveling with XP, and it also like rewards them for like a social encounter. Yes, of course, as a DM you can just give them XP for a social encounter, but it's a little easier to be like, in your own head, be like, okay, so this pushed them towards leveling up. Like this social encounter ticks off another box, which puts them that one step closer to earning that level up sort of deal. That's the way that I sort of look at it. Like, depending on how they handle things, if they're going to be like if they're going to use a lot of diplomacy, like they're not going to fight all that much, which is another thing, right? If you have a game that's, I do give them XP for a social encounter, yeah, but how do you calculate it, right? That's the thing. That's what's hard for me, is how exactly how do you figure out what that's worth. Whereas for Milestone, it's a little easier. It's kind of like, oh, I think this is worth this, and I think this is worth that. So it's, whoa, what the fuck? Varso. So I like, especially, again, if they don't do...
A single Nevron took out most of them.
Is it still around?
I've only seen it once, many years ago, so most likely not.
If they don't do like a heavy combat playstyle, like if you're a big like, oh, you prefer your games to be a lot of like talking and social encounters, it's a little hard to calculate specifically what each one are going to be worth, at least in my opinion. Somebody might disagree with me and be like, oh, it's easy to figure out, and you know, you might be right in saying that, but in my personal opinion, just a tiniest bit easier to just figure out a tick on a box. Like you need to reach this many boxes ticked before you can hit this level sort of deal. But that's just me. So, some people might disagree, and you're totally okay with disagreeing if you disagree. Sounds like you do disagree, because you give people social encounter XP, which is fine. I think that's a brilliant idea. I just wish that I could figure out a way better to, for myself specifically, I wish that I could figure out a way to make it more consistent.
I'm ready.
Shit. But we have our game the way that we sort of set it up. Definitely makes it easier with Milestone, yeah. Fuck. These guys have some badass swords.
My turn.
Bam. Get smacked. No, I forgot about the fucking gradient thing. You can't block.
Okay.
Get parried, sucker.
Ready to parry.
I didn't parry you all that way.
Time to hit big. Finesse and precision.
Please die. Thank you. Alright, Alright, we got one parry in. It's scary to think that I might be a little too low of a level for this area. I might have to do some grinding. I might die here. Oh no, okay, cool. Didn't die. Not yet.
Nice. On me.
But I did the gradient thingy. Now she's fucked. Yeah, it definitely makes sense easier with Milestone. Milestone is just, I don't think it's superior. I just, like you said, I definitely think it's easier to a certain degree.
Not today.
Damn, I'm probably still gonna lose
Here we
this.
go.
Oh my god, I'm still alive?
Or never. Try me.
No, I didn't fucking... Damn it. But what is better with XP is that players don't want to miss sessions because they won't lag behind in much. And okay, that's an interesting way to look at it. I feel like how big is your table? Because that's interesting that there's a table size that would have enough people to be like, oh, we can miss a game with this guy or whatever, right? Like, how big is that table? I feel like I don't have a group that big to be like, oh, we can miss a session with X person. Because realistically, we don't have a table that big. Five players?
Lightning. Strike.
I only have... So is that 5 players and then you on the side as the DM? Do I have to go fucking grind? Yes, exactly. Okay, cool. So, I guess that's definitely enough. I've always sort of played it where if a player, like, absolutely can't come or whatever, right? Like, something happens last minute and we decide to keep playing anyway. The only way that I've sort of... Like, I would just give the player that XP they missed anyway. I know that sounds probably like, oh, that's pretty lame. But that's just... I don't know, I feel like that's how we've been doing it for a while. Like, if someone, like, needs to miss a game, they end up just getting the XP anyway. So that's a little different, I guess. Like, I guess it makes it so that people don't miss.
Break.
What the fuck?
Hurt.
Whatever works, that's true. So that's different. Like, I only have, including me, there's only 4 people total at our table. So it's a little different for us. Oh, gradient attack. Shit. I'm really gonna have to figure this shit out. Because this area seems insane to me. Might have to dip out of here. And go grind a bit, which is a little shitty. We got a new weapon for a character we don't really use. We're not that bad. I want to fight this guy. See if we can whoop his ass this time.
Let the ink flow.
Okay. What is it? Low damage, medium damage to 5 to 6 hits.
You're outmatched.
3 hits, medium damage. Heals 20%. I don't need to heal. Yeah, if you only have 2 players, if only 2 players can play, then I would skip the session completely. 3 players is minimum for me. That makes sense.
Here we go.
Shit.
Precise strike.
Just want to get rid of most of these guys. His moves are freaking me the fuck out. I have no idea where they're coming from.
Chroma is flowing.
These guys hurt, you know. Do marking shot. See if we.
Target marked.
Oh, he's dead. Didn't need to worry about it after all. For fuck's sake. I really gotta figure that shit out. Oh, of course. He hit me with a gradient attack, too.
A storm is coming.
I repeat, I really gotta figure that shit out. He's no longer stunned, so he gets to go. Medium physical, and he gets to heal a little bit.
I'll use your fire.
Let's dance.
Yes, phew, figuring it out. One
Ready to
ass
carry.
kicking at a time.
Not giving up.
But the good thing is, now that they're high level and have a own kingdom, it is easy for someone to skip because all they have, or they all have stuff to do for their kingdom, so it makes sense that they're not there. Are you the game you're running is not a module then? Like, it's its own thing? Because I don't know if there's any modules that give out kingdoms to people. Sounds dope.
Flames on me.
That hurts.
Careful now.
Oh, down she goes. And they get to decide what they did while they were gone, so buff their kingdom a bit. That's true. That does sound like a pretty interesting way to deal with it. Like, oh, you're missing X person today. Well, they stayed behind and they led the fixing of the wall. God damn it, when does that fucking go off? I assume it's not a module, though. That's my big question. I'm assuming it's not. Alright, time to die.
Break.
That move is insane. Alright, we're getting our asses kicked here. I'm gonna go grind a bit.
These are all expeditions?
A single Nevron took out most of them.
Is it still around?
I've only seen it once, many years ago, so most likely not.
No, they have a small island kingdom which is north of the Dwendalian Empire. On the official map, it's a small island with nothing else on it. I'm looking at the map right now. Which one? It's not on my wall right now because we're doing construction, but I'm looking at it because I love these maps. Oh fuck, something I didn't bring up earlier. Yesterday was my birthday, right? So I ended up getting a You know how they announced the Mighty Nine and the Vox Machina and the Bell's Hells, like, why can't I think of it right now? It was like the pictures where they were fighting like the main bosses of each game. I got the Mighty Nine one. It's so sick. It's so cool looking. Can't wait to put that up on the wall too. Once the construction's done, I might go put them up downstairs somewhere. But what island? It looks like there's mostly like snow islands above the Dwendalian Empire. Is it like a snowy kingdom? Hello, John. What's up? What is up, Mr. Bandit? Glad to be here again. Stream is beginning. No, we're about an hour in, I think. An hour and a half in. Yeah, exactly. It is snowy. Yeah, I was looking at the map. See, I can see it on the map. Noric inspired called Kattegat. Is that how you say that right? Kattegat? What's the main village called in the Vikings TV show? But John, we are an hour and a half in and the game is up. We are getting our asses kicked everywhere we go, so I'm gonna go grind a little bit back in the older areas so we can level up a bit. And maybe I'll look up some builds while we're on the stream here so we can have better builds. Oh, maybe another thing we could do is level up some weapons, because I don't feel like I've done that very much. Go level up our weapons a bit. I'll do that first. Go to camp. Don't want to talk to you, SKA. Gotta go talk to this guy who gives me an award for finding lost children. You found some of my kids. Which reward would you receive? Oh, this one should be useful here. Psst. The haircut that most people don't like. Alright, but it's time to level up some weapons. Is Dream around today? What's up, Dream? Dream went to get dinner, I believe. So I do believe they are around. I just don't know exactly when they will be back. Level up our weapon a bit. Thank you. I forgot to. Sometimes I'm not fast enough to mute. So I end up just sneezing my brains out. What happens if we level this one up? It's kind of nasty. Alright. And then for male, we're going with this one. Alright, I think we're good with weapons for now. Can we upgrade any expedition stuff? There we go. We should have more potent expedition stuff now. I am going to look up builds off stream so we can figure out why I'm ass. But we shall see. We shall see when in due time. We shall see if I can improve, especially now that the game's kind of opened up, like because there's all of this stuff to sort of just mess around in. I am gonna go try to find some older boss fights that we couldn't do. Maybe that's what we'll do right now. We've got the time for it. Not like we need to really go anywhere.
Swimsuit on. I am the swimmer.
where was a boss fight that I didn't do? There's a big bastard over here who's standing in front of something. Yeah, this guy. Let's go kill this guy. Can we kill his little dude separately, or are they all part of the same fight?
Let us stain them.
You get to strike first. Let's get rid of the small guys. Damn it. Again, I kind of want to just get rid of them. How much damage can we do with him? A decent amount.
Precise strike. Parry it.
No, why do you gotta eat? Why you gotta eat the middle dude?
I'm ready.
Crap. That did a lot of damage. You're a little shitter, aren't you? Please die. He's not gonna die. I've had to waste like every attack on him. It's terrible. Okay. Now he's dead. What does... How much damage is Rage Fire going to do to this one?
Careful, my L.
Bad.
Take cover.
Let's spill some ink.
Just to heal... Oh, she went down. I thought she was hurt, not down.
I won't waste this.
Performs a 5-hit combo. Ouch.
Let us stain them.
Alright, come on, let's fucking
Lightning.
blast him.
Strike.
I'm ready.
He's weak to that. Can break.
Finesse and precision.
Stance
Let me
is
flow.
rough.
Don't fall. Danger.
Fuck yeah. You love to see a successful combo like that. I'm sort of figuring out this game's shit. One day, I will be decent at this game.
Take cover.
Performs a 4-hit combo. Ouch. There we go. Two of 4 got blocked and parried. Healing light. I feel like healing is gonna be pretty important here.
I'm ready.
I just want to see if we can break him.
Finesse and precision.
Not broken yet.
Let us stain them.
It doesn't look like she can break this guy. Spits out miasma again.
Careful, my L.
There we go. Beautiful.
Lightning. Strike.
We will slowly figure out this game.
I'll do it.
Okay, it's going up against what's her face? Again, nothing she can do can break. Which is not good.
Finesse and grace.
Like, I would love to be able to break this dude, so... Reapplies current stance and gives 2 to 4 AP. Let's hope that this gives me enough.
Danger! I'll do it.
Ready to parry.
There we go. Get fucked up.
A storm is coming.
You're way sharper on the parry since last stream, which is funny because I have not played. But thank you. Hopefully as we play more, I get better. It'd be kind of shitty of me if I didn't get any better at this game. Make you guys suffer through it.
Lightning, strike!
Time to hit big.
But this fight proves to me yet again that we really need to figure out a build and what weapons we're using. Mayal is definitely, like, this character is probably in a good spot, but I'll have to, like,
Let the ink flow.
redo her her ability scores or attributes, whatever we're calling them in this game.
My turn.
So we'll have to figure that out.
I'll use your fire. Good stuff.
He's no longer stunned, but it is still us. We are currently stanceless. What do I want to become? Doesn't look like I really have much of a choice.
Thunder!
I like how it makes him, like, jump to the legs. Okay, well, Lune just got eaten this time. I guess it's... I don't think that's good because Lune's kind of been the one fucking shit up for us.
On fire.
But I think we just won. Bam. Phew. Alright, if that doesn't level us up, nothing will. We got a little bit of a level up. And I need to figure out more of these pictos, right? Like, the pictos thing is a big deal. Oh, there's a lost child! What, me? I'm not lost at all? Oh, dude, this is the same thing every time, huh? Yeah, it's the same sentences every time. We got more of the Bugon skin. How's I pronounce that? And we found another expedition thing.
Useful.
Oh, no, it's not. We can learn more things. Alright. I kind of want to keep... So, oh, you know what? There was that area that I couldn't progress very far in because we were getting wrecked. Maybe that's a good area to try to continue to advance in. It's there.
Oh,
it's always good to look. Bam. So is everyone caught up with Critical Role?
Let the ink flow.
Because I have some theories from last episode, but if we're not caught up, I'm not going to say anything. Because I think I have figured out something. I'm probably wrong, but I would like to be right.
Ready to strike.
It would be really cool to be right, but I'm probably wrong. I've seen your recaps. Feel free to talk. I don't think my recaps are a decent replacement, but I mean, if people don't mind that much, I guess I can give my theory. So, if you're watching this in the future, like after it's airing, or after it's live, fast forward about 10? No, maybe not that much. Fast forward like 8 minutes. Best episode since the Overture. See, there's a lot of people who are disagreeing with that. Because a lot of people are like, where are the other tables? Because they didn't, you know. We'll talk about that after. But, so my theory is that, you know, it surrounds Cadigan and it surrounds Wulfric. Because during the flashback, Cadigan didn't have Wulfric. But then before Campaign 4 starts, like, you know, the War of Axe and Vine flashback where Casimir saves the Aussie. He doesn't have Wulfric there. And then before the campaign starts, he's up in Timony doing stuff. Now, it's not specified how long it had been since they had, like, last seen each other. But with what we know now about the Hounds of Timony, and how the Hounds of Timony are souls who have been, like, brought back and placed into dogs, which I think is a great idea, by the way. Souls of Knights of Timony who've been, like, sort of put back into dog form to forever serve as, like, a spy unit. Combo that with what Brennan was saying about how when you come back to life, or when, like, you know, like, it's no longer perfect. It used to be perfect back when the gods had their hands on it and they were the ones, like, making it so that people came back and they had their souls and they had all this sort of stuff. If that's no longer the case, right? So my theory sort of combines the two things. That a Hound of Timony, or a Hound of the King, had died and then was going to be placed back into another body and ended up being Wulfric. But because the progression of things not continuously going right ended up, like, sort of connecting to Cadigan a little bit, right? Like, we don't know the exact thing quite yet. Like, we don't know exactly how, like, the two characters work together in tandem. But we know that when they come back, and there's, like, a special connection between Wulfric and Cadigan, right? Like Taisha would have been fucked up had she, like, tried to make that connection to Wulfric. So I think that was Brennan's subtle way of being like, I can't tell you this yet because it hasn't been revealed. So then what's one of the first things we learn in the campaign? It's about the Hounds of the King. So I think those two things play together because he was in Timony. We don't know much about the character yet of Cadigan or Wulfric. So as we sort of learn more about them, and there is definitely a secret behind it, a lot of people thought that Wulfric was Cadigan, which very well could still be the case somehow, right? Especially with this whole, like, Hounds of the King business. So maybe Cadigan died and he became the wolf, but then something else brought back his body, you know, something like that, but we're not too sure yet. I don't know. It's the beginnings of a theory. I know, which is kind of annoying, but I think there's something there, right? Because there's a lot of there's a lot of emphasis on dogs in Timony, and that's where Cadigan came from before the campaign, and it's like the first location we're going to. So there's got to be something to that, especially because there's a connection between Cadigan and a wolf, another canine creature. There has to be a connection there. What exactly it is, I'm not sure, but I think it'd be really cool if, like, Wulfric was a quote-unquote failed Hound of the King sort of deal, and that at some point in the future he'll realize that that's what he is. Oh fuck, there's nothing here. Just a, you know, pipe dream theory, but it's the beginnings of a theory. Hopefully at some point down the line we can actually see what it is, and, like, we'll learn what exactly Wulfric is. We probably will, but as of right now, I don't have enough evidence towards one thing or another to, like, make a whole video about it, which is why I was so willing to, like, talk about the theory here today, because I think there's something there. Because I understand there's a lot of people who really like that theory about him being the, like, Wulfric is actually Cadigan, like, his soul's in there somehow. and like, you know, that whole thing. But I don't see it personally. What would be funny, or sorry, what would if he was a shitty dad, was reborn as Wolf and has to repent for himself being a shitty dad? That's crazy. Once Brennan put the dogs in the story, he says they're big enough to kill wolves. That was badass. Sir Hawkins is like easily one of the coolest characters in Campaign 4 so far. The amount of effort he's put into Timony is ridiculous. Like, I have been loving every second of being with the soldiers table, which a lot of people are a little upset that we're still with the soldiers table, which doesn't make sense to me because they're badass.
Bring it on.
So much fun. Crazy. Oh, these are the chromatic ones. That's right. He's weak to lightning too. Yeah, Sir Hawkins was dope.
Thunder! Crack! Take cover!
Oh god. Oh god. Okay, so that's not something we should be fighting right now. You put a dog as like the main focus of a location, you've automatically won me over. So I love Timony. Timony to me is way cooler than Dol Makyar. But we haven't spent all that much time in Dol Makyar. We've actually spent more time in Timony now than we had ever spent in Dol Makyar. So, yeah. But I'm very excited to see how Brennan will manage to keep the timeline between tables up. I actually have a theory about that too. I mean, what the hell are the others doing in this time? Well, I think, and I'm curious to hear what you guys think about what I say about this. Liam did a fireside chat not too long ago where someone asked him specifically, like, what's the schedule for Campaign 3 look like? And he said it's complicated. Now, to me, that implies not that it's one table at a time. To me, that implies that every table plays during the week and they're batch recording. So I think what we are seeing now is like stuff they batch recorded ages ago, and they're sort of keeping themselves like tightly like lipped over everything, right? That's what I think. I think we're sort of in this point where... That's the wrong ability. I just want to attack. I think they've got so much pre-recorded stuff that they don't know like what to do with it, and they're gonna go like one at a time with releasing things. So I think once we get to the end of whatever they've batch recorded for the soldiers, we're then going to get the entirety of the Seekers table, and then we're going to get the entirety of the Schemers table, and hopefully the ending of each of them has them coming together for the first time since they all left. It might not, but that's like my theory, because as of right now, I think most people would really like to see all of the tables come back as a group. Now, do I think it's going to be a permanent thing? Absolutely not.
On me.
Damn. But I sort of think that's where everything's sort of lining up, in my opinion. That they've been batch recording a bunch of stuff, and they're just going to release it out like that.
Let's carve a path.
That explains the light inconsistencies in the edit. What do you mean? Not that I'm doubting you what you're saying or anything, but I'm curious what you mean by that. Do you mean like between the cold opens? Yeah, so we know that the overture was already taped already when Brennan and Matt introduced the world, so way more than a month ahead of the release. Yeah, so, and then think about it this way, right? Since that release, it's been like 4 or 5 months. So they've been able to batch record that much time, and everyone's doing stuff in that much time, right? Like, they each do an episode during the week. So, like, Brennan has the Soldiers on Monday, and then the Seekers on Tuesday, and the Schemers on, like, Wednesday. And they batch record for, like, the next couple of months, right? That way. Because Brennan doesn't really do much anymore outside of Critical Role, I don't think. He might still do some College Humor stuff, but I only listed 3 days of the month or 3 days of the week that take up 4 to 5 hours, which isn't that much time. So he would still have a ton of time to still do other shit. So would everybody else. If they have a consistent schedule, their voice acting gigs shouldn't be affected by Critical Role in the slightest, right? So, like Brennan's saying, we'll keep everything with the Soldiers next time, and then is another episode of Overture. I think that might have just been him misspeaking. But if every table is playing every week and they're batch recording, they should be way ahead of schedule. Yeah, and I actually have some evidence to back that up, that is the case. Because there's no talk show for this campaign. There is no Four-Sided Dive. There is no Talks Machina. They're just going. They're just having the game play out. So because of that, and they do eventually, like, occasionally they'll do like a monthly, fireside chat, but they can pick and choose the questions they answer in the fireside chat. So they don't really have to worry about the fireside chat all that much. They can just sort of go, right? And that's what I really think is happening. I genuinely believe they are just batch recording to no end, because that way when, like, you know, if they need to, like a big project comes up, they can take that time away and not worry about it. Where the fuck? Is this not the area that leads to another big area? Oh, there it is. So that's what I think. I think that they've batch recorded a ton of stuff because the schedule is quote unquote complicated. So they have a ton of stuff being played out at one time, and they're like just doing a bunch. So realistically, that's why they're not doing a talk show, because they're too far ahead and they would probably spoil something if they did a talk show. But again, that's just my opinion. Alright, I forgot. That guy doesn't really do anything. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I genuinely believe that they've done like a ton of like pre-taping and pre-recording stuff, so that way they can still have a ton of content to be released over the next handful of months and not have to worry about it. Because now they can take like a massive break, right? They have the holiday break that's coming up, right? They could have probably taken a break starting Thanksgiving from Critical Role. If they've done a bunch of batch recording from Thanksgiving all the way into the new year, they could have a break. A massive 2-month long break, which they might have wanted to take, especially with all of the Mighty 9 animated show happening and stuff like that, right? And this way Brennan can still do stuff with College Humor. If he doesn't want to take a break, he can just do that stuff. So I think the batch recording is likely what's happening. Because in the month, if they choose not to do 1 session a week, but like 2 sessions a week, they could probably get 8 sessions done for each table in a month if they really pushed it. It's possible. Do I think it happened? No. But I could see them easily doing, like, you know...
Lightning strike!
They could have probably, if they do each table 4 times a month, they have 12 episodes batch recorded. So once they do all these batch recordings, and then they finish it up, then they'll be good. Because there's been a couple of times, to speak on inconsistencies, there's been a couple of times where I feel like the Soldiers table have been like, okay, we haven't been here in a while. Which means they've probably taken like a 2-week break in between their batch recordings. Maybe? Maybe? I don't know. This is all theory. All theory that I'm sure I'm reading too far into, but who knows? Who knows? How you think the 3 tables will affect the length of the campaign? Honestly, I think this is a big test period for them. So once they finish up releasing these batch record episodes, right? If I'm right, once they finish these up, they'll probably look at how people are perceiving it, which as of right now, I feel like is mostly negative, because I've seen a lot of people with either confusion or just general like upset that they're not seeing X character, right? So I feel like there's a lot of people who are like, oh, where is this table? Why aren't we seeing these people? Where is this person? So I feel like once they do this and they release all of the episodes for each of the tables, they're going to shift. I think they're going to shift from doing the... how do I put this? They're going to shift from doing the long arcs, and they're going to do like maybe 1 month per like table. So that way, once we get the arcs finished up for each of these batch recordings, we're then going to go 3 episodes of Soldier, 3 episodes of Seeker, 3 episodes of Schemer, and then just do that in a rotation. So that way we're more familiar and seeing the characters more often, as opposed to being 6 episodes deep into the Soldiers campaign and only getting cold open stuff for the other tables. I feel like people are getting a little irritated, and I feel like Critical Role is definitely reading the room. Hopefully reading the room. I personally don't care. I'll watch whatever the fuck. I've enjoyed it so far no matter what. So even if they don't shift this up and they keep doing what they're doing, I'm going to watch and I'm going to keep doing my thing. But I know a lot of people don't really care as much. And you can actually see it being reflected in my views. Normally, a recap would hit 1,000 views in no time. But that hasn't been the case as of late. It's sort of meanders into getting that 1,000 views, right? That's just something that I've noticed even on my channel. So I'm curious if they're seeing some sort of view issue. That being said, I would assume their biggest concern is Beacon nowadays, because Beacon is a fantastic service. If you guys don't have Beacon, go get Beacon. It's amazing. It has changed watching Critical Role on Thursday nights so much. And it's honestly changed my videos. I've been able to be a lot more detailed thanks to Beacon. Because I can pause. Honestly, that alone is why Beacon's worth it to me. Being able to pause and go to the washroom and not have to worry about it skipping forward and me missing out a bunch of shit is so nice. But as far as length, I think there's a chance that this campaign could be short. I think there's a chance this campaign, like, if too many people don't like the way the campaign goes, like, if too many fans make it very vocal they don't like it, I could easily see them going, like, okay, as opposed to doing 100+ episodes, let's just try to get to 80 and, like, have a nice, like, way to wrap up all the characters and, like, bring them all together and have everybody together for the last couple of episodes. And I could definitely see that happening if fans don't like what they're getting and the numbers truly drop dramatically. I don't think that's happened yet. I think most people are just confused. So who knows? But I could see some sort of shorter campaign potentially. It would make sense to do 1 to 2 months recording and then have the time for prep of the next arc and for the players to do VA stuff. Exactly. That's 100%. That's sort of where I lean mostly for all of this stuff. That they're doing a bunch of batch recording for everybody, and then they can do just a ton of time off to do whatever they want to do and then come back when they can. Sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm saying. But there's always the chance I am wrong. Oh shit, they absorbed that. That's terrible. What happens if I skip turn? Do I just lose the turn altogether? I do. Okay, cool. Well, we're learning.
Planes. On me. Hurry!
So this area, we need fire abilities. I think he's dead. But yeah, I don't know exactly how everything's playing out. Like, and they don't have to tell us anything if they don't want to, right? Like, if they don't want to tell us how everything's being filmed, which they haven't done yet, they haven't done that yet, so it doesn't really matter all that much. How do you feel about Brennan's death rules? I have an entire video on it. I have the video was called Brennan's homebrew rules are worth stealing. You fucking love them. So you don't have to go watch that video. I also think they're pretty good. I like them a lot. I think they're worth stealing, and to the point where I might actually steal them. We're a couple sessions into my current game, but I am 100% willing to steal them because I do think they're pretty fucking good. Just gonna roll with that for now. You're kind of in the middle. I can see why people are in the middle. There's a lot of people who think it's kind of broken. My argument to it is it gives players who are down something to do, which is something that they didn't have before. But then on top of that, you have to be down to be able to do any of this stuff, right? I like the idea of someone who is dying to do something. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's good. I get the feeling you're going to say that you think inspiration, like giving the opportunity for inspiration, might be a little overpowered, which I can see to an extent. But the trade-off, in my opinion, is you're down, right? So you're down on the ground. You don't really have much control over what's happening around you. But that's just me. You can, if you disagree, that's perfectly reasonable. I understand it. But I think to just stabilize is kind of boring. Well, that's the trade-off, right? You can only stabilize as long as you don't have a death fail. Like a death save fail, if you've failed one, you don't get to stabilize anymore. So it's a risk versus reward. Do you want to stabilize and not worry about it and sort of just be taken out of combat? Or do you want to help everybody else and then take the risk of failing and not having the stabilization option anymore? There is a balance to it. I do see where people are coming from when they say they don't like it. I understand it. I personally still really like it. I think it's fun. I don't know why I hit him. He's already fucking dead.
Let's dance. Parry it.
Get nuked.
A storm is coming.
Bye-bye. See, for me, and I'm sure some people are going to love this, my biggest hatred that Critical Role has ever done was Risk It All. I fucking despise that shit. So for me, these rules are a lot more balanced and both have like actual practical in-world like reasons to exist. I sort of like the idea that like you've been... You mean in Daggerheart? No, I just mean Critical Role, because Critical Role made Daggerheart, right? So like, well, I guess maybe not, but I fucking despise Risk It All. And yeah, Daggerheart, I like Daggerheart. Risk It All is so bad, in my opinion, that it kind of hurts the game. But that's just me. I know a lot of people disagree with me on this. I think that these are a lot more balanced than Risk It All and the other ones in Daggerheart. See, if you just got rid of the Risk It All from Daggerheart, the other two would feel balanced. And that's exactly what these feel like to me. These feel a lot more balanced because it's not like Blaze of Glory is good because it gives your character a bit of like finality to what they're doing, and it gives them like a really fun like way to go out and be like, ha, I've done this really cool thing and now I get to make a new character and my friends will appreciate that I've effectively saved their ass. Like that's the way I sort of look at Risk It All or look at Blaze of Glory, and I don't know, I like it that much. I like it. I like these really well. Blaze of Glory and choosing to go down and having some sort of consequence. That being said, if you want to be like the stabilization thing leads to a consequence, and maybe it does, we don't know yet because we don't like. I truly think Daggerheart has inspired these rules to exist in this game. I 100% believe that that's why these rules are here, because of Daggerheart.
Let's carve a path.
So, with that being said, I could easily see there being some sort of like table if you choose to stabilize. Because as of right now, no one has chosen to stabilize. But we shall see. It's possibly going to happen soon. Why was she not parrying? Crazy.
A storm is coming.
Bam! So there is a chance that there is still some sort of like consequence to going out, and maybe he would have said it if there was, but who knows. I want to know what more is on that sheet, because he's like, there's a bloodied rule condition too as well, right? So I'm curious what that is. I'm curious what that whole thing's about. Again, I am in the opinion that we need to get like a document of all of their homebrew stuff. Like, you don't need to print out a book right now. Like, I would like to see exactly what Brennan's like document for all of his homebrew stuff looks like, so we can understand better what they're doing. There's a couple of times where I'm like, what the fuck is that? That's bull crap. That would be great indeed. Yeah. See, like, some people like thought Thimble was kind of broken because she's able to run in, attack twice, and then run away, but that's just Swashbuckler. Swashbuckler is great. It's the best rogue subclass in my opinion. It does so much. Its ability to just fuck up everything is awesome. And to be able to run away like nothing, love me some good old Swashbuckler. It's probably my favorite rogue class. It's honestly probably one of my favorite classes. You need to just die. Don't tell me this, my Storm King's Thunder Rogue is a arcane trickster. Yeah. I don't know what to say. You don't want me to tell you anything. I don't know what to say, because you said don't tell me this. Arcane trickster's good. I think as far as like some of the original subclasses that were in the game, Arcane Trickster is better than Thief. It's probably equal with Assassin. That's just my opinion, though. I know there are some people who glaze Assassin into the ground, but I don't think Assassin's that good. I think the best two are probably Inquisitive Rogue, or Inquisitor Rogue, and Swashbuckler. Those are, in my opinion, the best two. So, if you're, that's like, Sarah is awesome, and Thimble is awesome. There's a correlation there, I think. Oh, are you guys caught up with the Mighty Nine animated show? Because that show is amazing. That show is literally goated. It's so much fun. The fact that there's been so many EXU Calamity references over the across both the across, what can I think? The Legend of Vox Machina and the Mighty Nine animated series. Just give me a fucking Calamity movie. Please give me a Calamity movie. That'd be so badass. Thimble's Swashbuckler build is unbelievably broken. Yeah, especially with the weapon masteries. The weapon masteries are what makes her disgusting. If the weapon masteries weren't there, she would probably be a little bit more balanced. But because they've taken a 5e class, we've taken a 5e class and brought it into, without changing too much about it seemingly, we haven't like had the opportunity to properly balance the class yet. Swashbuckler will certainly come back in 2024 rules at some point, and maybe she'll get nerfed, because right now what she can do is disgustingly good. She is so good. We need an EXU trilogy, 100%. So I actually think 2 movies would do well for EXU. I think you could do EXU Calamity as a movie, and then you can do EXU Downfall as a movie. I'm of the opinion that Divergence should be a TV show. Divergence is played out in such a way where to like cut out a lot of the struggle of surviving and walking around would truly hurt it. So it should be a show. I think it should have a couple, like a mini series, like instead of it being 8 or 12 episodes like Legend of Vox Machina and Mighty Nine, it should be somewhere in the neighborhood of like 4 episodes. I think EXU Calamity and EXU Downfall deserve the Adam and Eve treatment, and Divergence needs 4 episodes because of what it does. First of all, the first episode is just them and Rybad Cole getting beaten down, broken. The second episode is them going, like, making their way to... The second episode is them making their way to Torm's Hill. The third episode is them coming across Nia's sister. And then the fourth episode is them in Vasselheim fighting for the key, right? Like, fighting against Asmodeus. So I think that's your, like, layout. Because you can skip the travel to... Vasselheim, in my opinion. Some people might disagree with that, but I think you can skip the travel time to Vasselheim. Because by that point, they had hit their first level. It was a little bit easier to traverse the world and all that sort of stuff. I'm probably in the wrong there again. A mini-series of Calamity would be awesome. I just don't think it's necessary, if that makes sense. Like, I understand the want for that, but I just don't think it needs more than 2 hours. I think you could tell the entire Calamity story in 2 hours. I think Divergence has that feel that's necessary to it of like feeling weak and small and like helpless that isn't going to be able to come across in a 2-hour movie. But I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. But I'm certain Divergence needs a miniseries. If nothing else, Divergence needs a miniseries. But again, they've changed up a lot of stuff in the Mighty Nine so far and kept the same vibe of the Mighty Nine show and kept the same outcome of stuff. So probably they're better at making a TV show than I am. So I'm sure I can leave it to the experts and have no problem. All right. The other question is, right, do we think we even need to animate the original EXU, right? Because if we do eventually plan on animating the Bell's Hells, is it important that we learn about Orem and Fern and all that stuff before the game or before like campaign 3? And do we need to do EXU Prime, or can we just leave that stuff alone and sort of have it be background info that gets filled out as we watch the animated Bell's Hells show? That's the ultimate question to me, and it's one that I don't think we have the answers for. I know a lot of people would be like, you don't even need to animate the Bell's Hells. Like, fuck you. I want to watch the Bell's Hells get animated. Everybody else is getting that treatment. I want to see it. Maybe after Mighty Nine. Maybe. I just think that there's... So maybe after Mighty Nine, then EXU, then Bell's Hells. I think EXU Prime could probably get a movie, too. If you really wanted to, you could be like, this is going to be the movie of EXU first. And then do whatever else you want to do after that. I think that's a possibility. Hey, I really enjoyed C3. It got me into CR. That's fair. There's a lot of people who are of the same mind. Maybe you see funny flashbacks to what Dorian, Orem, and Fern want throughout. Possibilities. Again, this is what I'm saying. Like, do we need all of this stuff to be animated? Because there's even a portion of me who thinks, like, you don't need to animate EXU Downfall. Which might cause some enemies right there, but... EXU Downfall to me could honestly probably just be like a single episode in the Bell's Hells animated show if they ever elect to do it. Maybe 2 episodes of Bell's Hells. But I'm curious because, you know, if they do choose to do it, do they release all these Calamity stuff, like EXU stuff with Brennan? Do we do his trilogy before the Bell's Hells animated series or after? Or as they're happening at the same time? No, it makes sense. Downfall could be a flashback or something. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though, right? Like, EXU Prime could easily be a couple of flashbacks to, like, what they were doing. And maybe we could have, like, Robbie and Orem and Fern regret what happened to Opal, right? And maybe the whole Opal turning evil thing or turning into, like, the like, they can move it around as opposed to it being later. It can happen sooner. Right? Like, maybe that's why Orem and Orem, Fern, and Dorian left that group in the first place because, you know, they got forced out to. Like, they had to leave because Opal is not the same Opal anymore and Dariax doesn't know what he's doing with himself. Right? These are all possibilities. Again, they are probably infinitely better at storyboarding their own show than I ever will be. So, I don't think we've seen Robbie animated yet, have we? He's playing Sabian. He's the voice actor for Sabian, which is awesome. So he's in the Mighty Nine show. Oh, he's also Serkonos in the first Legend of Vox Machina stuff. Yeah, he was the Fire Ashari boss, correct. Okay. This is a new area. We haven't explored this one yet. But that thing looks fucking horrifying. I did not remember that. Yeah, it was right before Keyleth figured out that she could become like a fire elemental. These things are terrifying. Well, time to watch Legend of Vox Machina again. Fair. What the fuck? Oh no, what is this? One of these chromatic things. It was awesome that he played him in the campaign. Yeah, that was cool. Where they referenced their own reference. That's fucking hilarious to me.
Precise strike. Lune, watch out.
Oh, dear God. She just destroyed Lune. And then giving everybody blight. The fuck does that mean?
Ready to strike.
I won't waste this.
Oh shit, I didn't get to read it. Reduces max HP by 10% per stack. Nuts. That was
Not
necessary.
impressed.
God damn it, I can't figure out when to block that.
I'll do it.
Say it again. Can't figure out when to block it. Bro. You guys are fucking rude.
I won't waste this.
What the fuck, man?
Ready to parry.
There we go.
Let's carve a
We'll
path.
finally fucking do something. Let's just revive Lune again. It's our last revive.
Not leaving you behind.
There she goes.
Careful now.
And there she goes.
Just try it.
Alright, figured that one out finally. Fuck.
Manage.
Ah, fuck. Alright. That did not go well. The only thing that was sad in Legend of Vox Machina is the Azum never had a speaking role. Is that Azum? Who's that? Who never had a speaking role? I have seemingly forgot who that is. The halfling from the council. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I mean, there's a lot of characters who didn't really get speaking roles. You know, like, it's a shame that so many... Because there's tons of characters who I would have been like, oh, that character should have had a bigger, like, role than, you know, they had in the show. But you kind of have to make those concessions. It's just my big problem that I had with season 3 specifically of Legend of Vox Machina was that they changed, like, the vibe of the ending of that part of the story, right? Which I talked about recently in one of my videos that I made, but they changed the vibe so drastically to one of the sections of the story that it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So I'm a little nervous about that show. The one that in the campaign was imitated by Rashawn when they first make the deal with her. Seeker Assume. I really am going to have to look that up because I can't remember who that is for some reason. But I'll once I look it up, I'll probably be like, oh, you're right. Probably should have had a bigger role. I think Jamon Saord. Who is what's the dragon? The dragon in Marquette. I think they should have had a bigger role so far, and they didn't yet, which was kind of annoying. If I remember correctly, in the show they sort of handled the armor differently than they did in like the actual live play, which, you know, whatever. That's a decision they can make. I'm not upset about that. I just feel like, and of course I love seeing Xerxes, like that was badass. So no issues from me on that end. But there are changes that they've made where I've been like, I wish they didn't make that change. But yeah, and like another big one is Otis, the fucking Rakshasa who stabs Vax. Like that character is just not going to be in the show. Like they reference him briefly, but they're not doing anything with him, which is kind of upsetting because that's one of my favorite portions of the game where they go into Dis, right? Dis City. And they do stuff in Dis, like they kill a pit fiend or they fight a pit fiend and they get a I can't remember her name. The werebear chick. They meet her there as well. Like she was cool. Like it's just they've made a bunch of changes that I find to be really strange and really weird for Legend of Vox Machina, specifically the time frame they're about to enter. Because with them making like everything like that, They did some different stuff. Yeah, Armor was the City of Brass and the Fire Plane. Okay, right. And Dis was for the Rakshasa. Correct. He was one of my favorite characters, together with Cinderelle and her husband, Mrit. They got cut from the story for me. Damn, that's rough. I feel like there's been a couple of characters cut from the Mighty Nine show, but they aren't that important to the overall thing. Like, people were like, "Oh, they killed off Gustav, the runner of the circus," but he never really comes up as a character again. So killing him off was no big deal. Same with Toa, right? So it was kind of like, it is what it is, sort of deal for me. Mail finds a spot where she can write. She spent some time writing in Gustav's journal in honor of his memory. She tries to write, but is overcome with emotion. She cannot find the words. She hopes that Gustav's apprentices will read this journal someday. Crazy. Mail heads back. Okay, we'll go to sleep. I was very glad that Drake at least showed up in the flashback and was voiced by Matt. I feel like I'm missing something there. Just can't figure it out. I think there's where we're going to end the... I should just go back to camp, my bad. Toa and Gustav were killed for party bonding, and yes, never seen again. Exactly. They're characters who aren't relevant, basically. So it's not that big of a deal. Let's kill them off. I'm going to have to look up who Drake is, because I don't remember who that is right now either. I'm spacing so hard. I'm having an off day. Just an off day overall. But I think we're going to end the stream here, guys. I know, sorry, Jason, you just showed up. But we've been going for 2.5 hours. And I have some family over for my birthday and stuff, and I still want to go see them. So I'm going to go do that. Thank you guys for streaming with me. Thank you guys for the great talks that we've had so far about Critical Role. It's been fun. I guess you'll never find out what I had for dinner. Damn, Dream, you just showed back up. Why don't you tell me right now before we leave? Just tell me right now. Whatever it is, just tell me. And then we'll end the stream on that. And the stream on what dinner was for Dream. I'm probably not going to find out. Dream probably already left. No. Yeah, glad you're back right for the end, Dream. But if Dream's not going to tell us what he had or what they had for dinner, that's probably the stream then. I will see you guys on Tuesday for whatever video I make next. We've actually kind of talked about it briefly, what my next video is going to be. So maybe you guys can look back through the stream and you'll find out what it is. But with that all being said, I'll see you guys on Tuesday for the video and then on Wednesday for the next stream. Peace.